Welcome into the Fan Speak Network. I am your host, Justin Bruni. Joining me, as always, is my co-host and partner, Mr. Andrew, the ATD King. Rob, happy Friday, sir. Happy Super Bowl 59. We did it. Another trip around the earth, buddy. Me and Andrew are just around the clock, around the year, full-time football, whether it be fantasy, whether it be betting. We're coming to the end, but we're also approaching the beginning. You know, we got our big board shows. We're doing our drafts. We're getting ready for next year. We got one game left. The big game, as a matter of fact. How we doing, buddy? How we feeling?
Good, man. Super Bowl week, Super Bowl Sunday coming up. I'm excited, buddy. Got a lot of bets in. Hey, it's always nice going to a Super Bowl party, just having a bunch of people to talk shit to, having a ton of bets to sweat out, man. This is what we wait all football season for. Fortunately, neither one of our teams in it. One team, my team got close, but no cigar. So flipping over to the Chiefs, baby. Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs taking on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. It's going to be a good one, man. Super Bowl rematch from a couple years ago. I am thoroughly excited. And then, Bruni, our bread and butter after the Super Bowl, getting right back into the best ball street. So it is a great time to be alive, my friend.
It is. I got ratioed on Reddit today for being too much of a degenerate. I posted my ADP steals for the big board. Someone said, "Brother in Christ, it's February." And that comment ratioed the hell out of me. And I was like, where can I go and be welcomed, other than here at the Fan Speak Network? What room can I walk into and be like, oh, yes, yeah, fellow degens alike. It's just crazy, to get called out for loving football too much. It's just wild.
It's wild. Fuck those people.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Checking into the chat. Good old Tyler in here. Says, I'm betting on a wardrobe malfunction. Oh, yeah, super balls. I like it. I like it. Jamie in here saying, hey, dudes. And Ginder. And he says, yo, Andrew, you suck. Ginder
suck.
Ginder,
you suck.
Eagles fan. So I'm sure he doesn't like the old Patrick Mahomes jersey that is
fuck the birds
on my chest.
Fuck the birds. But also, we should start a you suck. Also, what's up, Bruni? Hey, what's up? What's up, Ginder? What's up, Gindy? We named the dog Indiana. Let's ride. Yeah, I mean, I'm willing to jump in wherever you like. Props, ATS, TD.
I got a little bit of everything, man. So let's start at the beginning of the game. I'll start off with two right out of the gate. First one, the coin toss. I mean, if you ain't betting on the coin toss, you're not a real degenerate. All right. Now I'll just say that right out of the gate. You need an action just like that before the ball is even snapped.
Can you parlay the coin toss like with a bunch of other props?
I don't think so. That's a real degen move. You're fucking parlaying that. I like to just go with a straight bet right out of the gate. I want to win one or lose one right out of the gate. Get the fucking juices pumping. I, for one, am a believer in tails never fails. So I will be putting tails. I got 25 on tails straight out of the gate for the coin toss. I've seen the videos where people are like, you want to go heads. Heads is slightly heavier, whatever the case may be. They're like, generally it'll land.
Is it heavier?
Fuck all that.
Is the coin heavier?
I don't care.
Whenever I think of the coin toss, I think of you've seen the movie Uncut Gems.
Yes. This is how I win.
This is how when he goes in and he's like, first off, I want KG on the tip. Like, I want this parlay, and I want it to start with him winning the tip ball. I'm like, holy fuck. This is so bad.
If nobody has seen that movie, you should go watch it first off. But the movie ends so fucked up.
Yeah, it really is fucked up.
But anyway, good movie.
But yeah, I mean, it really shows you how, you keep going down this path. It can bring you to places you think you will never see. That's for certain. Yeah, Mike Rob, I am sick. I was sick yesterday. I'm sick today. I wouldn't call this my flu game or my cold game, but yeah, we're in it. We may have to mute a few times for a couple of clear out the old sinuses, but we drive on. We got a show to do, brother. We got a show to do. I am not betting the coin toss. I'm not betting the coin toss.
All right. Come on, man. You got to be a 2D gen. You got
I like betting Kendrick's first song. I like maybe doing like a triple bet there, half unit on maybe Humble, and then maybe a quarter unit on fuck, what was I had in my head?
Pedo song?
King Kunta. No, not like us. He'll close with not like us. He won't open with not like us. Yeah, humble, half unit, king kunta, quarter unit. I can't remember my other quarter unit one. If anyone else is betting some first songs by Kendrick, go ahead and share those.
Jamie says, "What if the coin lands on its side?" I did see a friend of the program, Degen Eric, put on Twitter that is an actual bet.
No win.
I believe it's 50-1. So you can bet that it lands on its side.
That should be like 4,000 to 1.
I know.
Where it lands on its side, it's on a field.
Yeah, if it happens, I'm gonna be sad that I didn't go and
reflip.
Bet it, but I will not be betting.
Bet on a reflip. That's a bit much.
It is a reflip. I would imagine. Yeah, I would like to see them do like an Oklahoma drill to see who gets the fucking ball. Something cool, right?
That would be tight. That would be tight. I'm with
or maybe like a 40-yard dash of like your two fastest, but I don't know, something cool other than the coin flip. But I will be betting tails number 5.
Only for the Super Bowl. All right, where do you want to start here, brother?
All right, so I did that one. And then the next one that I have is the opening kickoff to be a touchback. I'm saying no, that is plus 205. I do believe that if the Chiefs are kicking to the Eagles, it's a harder to win bet because I could see them punting one into the fucking end zone, hitting one into the end zone. But both these teams are the two teams throughout the playoffs that have allowed a return on the opening kickoff the most. So for this to be plus 205, it just feels mispriced a little bit. Now, if the Eagles get it, the Eagles tend to not kick it to the end zone. They tend to try to land it within the 5-yard line. So that would be obviously an easy bet. So for this bet to really, truly feel good before it happens, I would like the Eagles to be kicking the ball off. But with that said, I will take opening kickoff to be a touchback. No, last 3, it has been yes. They have punted it in the last 3. Mm-hmm. I have a feeling that it's not going to get in there this time around.
All right, Andrew, already in the weeds here. We're talking about touchback bets. That's fun. That's exciting. You really did some homework there. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
I'm going a little bit more generic, I guess. Longest completion, Patrick Mahomes over 35.5 passing yards. He's hit this 3 out of his last 5 games, and the passing offense has really come alive as the depth has grown through the end of the season and into the playoffs. I think if they're ever with their backs up against the wall, maybe even if it's a late game type of heroic situation, the juice is always live for Mahomes to throw a long ball or just set up one of his guys for like an easy screen, like an Xavier Worthy. I would probably like Worthy to hit that. I do have him for his yards, but I'm not necessarily playing his longest reception. So he has the weapons to do it. It's what the offense has kind of focalized around in the past, but most of the year they didn't have the receiver depth or the talent, fully healthy at receiver just to have, that deep ball active. You look before the playoffs, he was barely hitting this number, and he's hit it 3 out of his last 5 games, including the playoff game. So I like this number a lot. Give me the over 35.5 passing yards for longest completion, Patrick Mahomes. Even money.
I most certainly do not mind that. Obviously, spoiler alert, I'll say it here, but I am going to be on the Chiefs. So, yeah, I like that. Next one up for me. Will the game be tied after 0-0? I'm saying yes. I think it will end up being tied after the initial 0-0. That is minus 145. So, I mean, you can get there, two opening field goals, 2 opening touchdowns, 7-7. So as long as the game
like
is
the first quarter?
No, just in the game. So will the game be tied again after 0-0?
Oh, okay, sure. Yeah, that's
I like that. Minus 145. I'm on that.
Again, Andrew, digging deep here. I don't mind it. It makes sense. We could have tie at halftime, first quarter, like you said, at any point in the game.
You can go, and this is the way I'm looking at some of these things I'm trying to give out. You can go anywhere on any of these gambling podcasts, gambling fucking YouTube pages, whatever, and they're going to give you the Devontae Smith's over. They're going to give you, Patrick. I want to dig out just a little bit of these uncovered gems, for people to be betting on, because I mean, obviously we're going to be betting on the regular props too, but some of these outside of the normal realm bets are pretty fun, and there's actually some pretty good prices on a few of these. So.
All right. Well, another generic pick, I guess, then from me. We're going to get this on every podcast you can listen to. May not be a popular pick. I think the numbers are really, really low because they're expecting Saquon Barkley to not leave the field. But I will buy the dips all over the place. Kenny Gainwell, five and a half rushing yards. He's hit this in 80% of all games played this season, last 10, last 20, of course, the last 5. It's just a super low number. And he showed us some jump. And this is like the lowest number I think that we've gotten from him in the playoffs. The number's been like 7, 8, or 9, and he's been clearing those numbers. And now I think we're getting a discount in the Super Bowl because there's this belief that Saquon literally will not leave the field in this game. And that might be the case, but old boy needs 1 touch, 2 touches. I think it's pretty live there for Kenny Gainwell, and you're getting even money. They're not even taxing you on it. So over 5.5 rushing yards. Again, this has an 80% hit rate all season long, and the probability hit rate is like, over 100%. Let's ride. Sorry, that's too generic, Andrew. I gotta
James says, didn't we bet Gainwell over 8.5 last time? He got hurt when he was at 8. Ouch. AKA bad beat. All right, next one up for me. So this is a what will happen first bet. Okay, so we're gonna start with Kansas City. I did both sides of the coin here. Kansas City, what will happen first? Punt versus points. I'm taking punt for Kansas City plus 115. So their first drive, or before points are scored, essentially they're going to punt. Okay, so that's plus 115. Did the same thing for the Eagles. So what will happen first? Punt versus points. Taking the Eagles for a punt as well, plus 110. Game script wise, believe that the game will start slightly slow, and then we're going to see, more action as the game goes on, right? So I'll take it's 2 different bets. It's not, one bet for both. It's 2 separate bets. What will happen first? Punt versus points. I'm taking punt for both teams. Plus 115 for KC, plus 110 for the Eagles.
Don't hate it. My next one, I have Patrick Mahomes over 5.5 rush attempts. He's hit this in back-to-back games. You've brought it up on previous shows about it just being a factor to his gameplay in the playoffs, just having that necessary need to extend plays, not necessarily play unsafe, but play with, a little bit more charisma and a little bit more of an edge, trying to extend plays, make some things happen. 5.5 seems very low. He can do this organically. He could even have a couple of designed runs. I think he's projected to hit 6 or 7, so 5.5 still feels really low. And the Philadelphia Eagles pass rush has been there. Like they're definitely going to get to him. I think that even just getting a couple of yards extra, going forward is going to be positive. But this is, again, just rush attempts. So give me the over 5.5.
Yeah, cosign. That is also one of my so far biggest bets on the Super Bowl. What did you get the price at for the over 5.5?
That's even money, minus 108. Best prices at Bet Rivers, but you can get minus 128 at FanDuel, minus 108 most others.
Okay. So I did bet the 5.5. I also bet over 6.5 as well at plus 103.
Interesting.
So I'm taking both because I do think he probably gets closer to like the 8-9, especially if they are winning at the end of the game. If there's a kneel down or 2, that really helps, obviously. So yeah, so I'm with you on over 5.5 and over 6.5.
Love it.
If you can ladder that up, I'm going to be searching deep to see if I can ladder that up anywhere, because
I think the highest you want to go is 7. He had 11.
He had 11. Yeah,
in the last game, but he had 7 prior. But if you look at his game log before that, he didn't hit like clear 5 pretty consistently. That was for the playoffs, like you mentioned before.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a playoff bet for us. I mean, it just death taxes Mahomes runs in the damn playoffs. So if I can ladder that up to 10, I will be. That is where I would like to take it to, honestly. But yeah, over 5.5, over 6.5, definitely solid bets.
All right, what else you got?
So next up for me, let me go back. I got sheets, bro. Sheets. And these are all my bets. I've either bet or are betting. I will be taking this with me to the Super Bowl party I will be attending. People are going to be asking me, like, what are you doing? What the hell is that? Like, this is where I made my money right here. All right.
These are my notes.
This is money. It may look like paper to you,
and I don't need you coming down on my experience here.
Yeah, and and there's some ones that people can bet live, right? I'll be like, handing this out, be like, hey, look right here, live, right now. Anyway, so next one up for me, I am going to take total players to score a rushing touchdown over 2.5. So meaning 3 players are going to score a rushing touchdown. That is plus 120. In my mind, that's Hurts and Barkley for sure,
Hunt.
And then one of probably Hunt or Mahomes.
Okay.
It could also be Worthy. Or it could also, and the Eagles haven't done it. They're one of the teams that take the jet sweep motion a ton, but never hand it off. I think in a Super Bowl, we might see them hand it off around the goal line, try to, when Kansas City's diving in on Barkley, potentially, give it to Devontae Smith or somebody, in an end around. So I could see this potentially being 5 or 6 different players that could do this. I will take the over 2.5 players to score a rushing touchdown plus 120.
I like that. But I don't know if I think the Eagles just do what the Eagles do at the goal line. I don't think they get cute. Speaking of the Eagles, I talked about Saquon Barkley potentially not getting off the field. That's the vibe in the public. 21.5 rush attempts feels pretty low for a guy that's going to just be toting the rock. If he's not getting off the field, I'm definitely hedging that Kenny Gainwell over on yardage with the rush attempts for Saquon at 21.5. Feel like it should be closer to 24 or 25, so I do feel like that number is a little bit of a gift. But again, the public vibe is that Saquon's not leaving the field. You got 2 weeks rest. This is exactly why you went out and got this guy. You're just going to ride him to the end. So give me over 21.5. The yardage has obviously been money. I think it's like 110 or 112, and he's hit that in 5 straight games. It's just a very high number. I always am a little bit more timid about saying like, oh yeah, I'm lock, stock, and barrel on any player to hit over 100, 105 rushing yards. He's the guy to do it. Don't get me wrong. But it's tough for me to do. Tough for me to do in Super Bowl, especially when we're giving out like all these lower, friendlier type of numbers.
Yep. No, totally agree. Meg's asking about what we like in the first quarter. She tends to like to do a first quarter parlay. She says she likes a slow start but hates betting unders. I like so one I did see that I like is Saquon over 24.5 rushing yards in the first quarter. I do feel like they're going to lean on him heavily to start to see if they can gain traction with Barkley. So I do like taking that. I was trying to look through here to see like what else we could look at. Anything that you've seen or that pops out to you in your mind as far as game script wise that you like in the first quarter?
I would be taking unders for like receiver, like their yardage for receivers like maybe DeAndre Hopkins, maybe even Devontae Smith. He takes a little bit while to get going. Kind of been the MO for AJ Brown as well. I think though that you would probably have like the highest likelihood for a guy like DeAndre Hopkins. The number's probably really low, but he's on the side of a milk carton. Like he's been nowhere to be found. So I could buy myself into believing he would have a decent number to hit the under on. But I mean, you're definitely getting a little bit more risky when you're going after like unders on like Devonta Smith or AJ Brown. We know that Barkley's going to come out immediately and have a role. I don't know if you can do like Kareem Hunt rush attempts first quarter. I think that would be something to look at.
Yeah, maybe. I also like taking like Mahomes passing yards, maybe like 40 somewhere in there for first quarter as well. I think that they actually start out throwing the ball and test the Eagles secondary right out of the gate. To see, what they're able to gain traction with as well. So I like both, Mahomes over maybe 40, 45 passing yards and Barkley over 25 rushing.
All right. Right on.
She says maybe Goddard or Kelsey. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I like Goddard there over Kelsey. I think Kelsey's going to do most of his damage in the second half as well. So I would take, Goddard there out of those two for sure. Okay, so next prop bet up for me. Will any punt result in a touchback? Plus 130 for yes. I will be taking that. I mean, we see Matt, the punt god, Ariza, has a leg. This is the Super Bowl. He's going to show that leg. Now, I think that this honestly probably gets there on him punting one towards the 10 and the Eagles letting it go. But also, the Eagles punter has been known to boost the leg as well. So I like this for either side as far as a yes is concerned. You're getting it with both. You don't have to bet if it's going to be the Eagles or the Chiefs. So will any punt result in a touchback? Plus 130? Yes. Love all these plus money little like weird bets for the Super Bowl. Like these are awesome.
I could have swore that's an Ariza jersey you're wearing there. Just repping the kickers tonight. I know it's a Mahomes jersey, but it's just like, what the heck? Like, I'm just like making me double guess or double question myself here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who you are.
Dude, I have so many, so I don't know if you want me to go because I know you said you have like 8 or 10. So
I'm good. I got Marquise Brown over 3.5 receptions. His snaps per routes ran percentage is just through the roof. Whenever he's on the field, he's running a route and predominantly getting a target. So since coming back and being healthy, I think that he's been a weapon, more so of a weapon for them than like DeAndre Hopkins. Like they traded for DeAndre Hopkins, and since Marquise Brown has come back, he's done like absolutely nothing. So a lot of mouths to feed there. A low number for a guy that I feel like when he's on the field, he's getting drawn up for opportunities. So a number that I really love attacking at 3.5 catches. Don't want to attack his yards. If I'm going to attack someone's yards for the Chiefs, it will be Xavier Worthy. I guess I'll just kind of double dip that pick right here. His yardage is at 55.5. I'm taking Mahomes on the longest completion. I think that completion is going to go to Worthy. Although, like I said, I'm still not betting his longest reception. I don't know if I'm going to get a good enough price. It's probably somewhere in the 20s. But this is absolutely a number that he can clear in 2 or 3 catches. Yes, it can be 1, but that's just not very likely. But he's the guy with the juice. He's been getting a lot of targets as well. He's cleared this number in 3 out of his last 5 games. Wheels up. It's the Super Bowl. Got to use those deep weapons.
Do not mind that. All right, next one up for me. Zach Bond, 1+ sack, plus 485. So the way I'm looking at this is, and if you want to take Oren Burks, I have no case against him as well. I just think that one of these 2 linebackers, because of what we see with Mahomes and what he can do with his legs in the playoffs here, I think that they're going to spy Mahomes with one of these guys. I think it's going to be Bond. I was talking to Ginder. He thinks it's going to be Oren Burks. So again, like whichever side of the way you want to take this here. But the way I see this happening is Mahomes is going to scramble around. One of these guys is going to be, spying him, which I think it'll be Bond. And they see Mahomes starting to take off to the side, and they beat him before he gets to the line of scrimmage. If that happens, that is going to be a sack. I'm taking, it's a really good value, plus 485. Like, I don't think this is your typical sack. I don't think you're going to see him like blitz and get Mahomes. I think it's going to be when Mahomes tries to roll out to one side or the other, and they meet him before he gets back to the line of scrimmage. So give me Zach Bond, 1 sack, plus 485.
Love it. Love it. Love to see Andrew in the IDP market. Not very common for you.
It's the Super Bowl, baby. I got money burning a hole in my pocket that I'm ready to lose.
I made quite this week too. That's my complete thought process is like, well, I'm about to lose it all on the Super Bowl. All right, next up I have Jalen Hurts, longest rush over 12.5 yards. Also hit this in 4 out of his last 5 games, has a hit rate of 55% this season. Again, same thing. I mean, the Chiefs defense, solid. They're going to get to Hurts. We've seen him, or actually seen the offensive line have its woes so far in the playoffs. Like we've seen Hurts on the run, on his back even, and we've also seen him take, a house call a couple games ago. So I think that this one is going to be live, and they can set him up for designed runs as well. It's a pretty consistent number that he's had through the playoffs for longest rush. Like I said, I hit this a few playoff games ago. So going back to the well here in the Super Bowl, he's going to have to create with his legs, whether it's organically or on the design. Give me, again, Jalen Hurts over 12.5. Longest rush.
Yeah, you were on that past couple weeks. So, fucking back to the well, baby.
It's hitting. It's hitting.
It's hitting. All right. Next one up for me is Mahomes to have 50+ passing yards in each quarter. Okay, so every quarter 50+, right?
Okay.
Plus 450. Again, I don't think that we're going to see a ton of running outside of Mahomes doing it, and obviously we're going to get some Hunt and maybe a little Pacheco, but I really think the Chiefs are going to pass the ball a ton in this game. I mean, everyone talks about how you can't pass on the Eagles, right? I think that we're going to see Mahomes and the Chiefs try to do that as much as possible and quickly. So I will take the plus 450. I mean, for Mahomes to have, it's essentially 200 yards. Now you have to have 50 in each quarter. I understand that, but plus 450, I like that a lot for the value. So I will take that and hope that I'm sweating it out at halftime, because I think if we get to halftime and this is still golden, I think that we're in a really good position. Then it's the first 2 quarters that I think you got to get by.
Fair enough. I would be in on his over on passing yards. I think it's at like 240, 241.
Yeah. What's his pass attempts?
38, I think.
Is it 38? Like I like that as well.
No, I'm right there with you. It's tough for me to believe that Hunt and Pacheco are going to be super productive in this game.
Yeah, and if the Chiefs can take anything away from the Commanders game, is that one, the Commanders tried to pass the ball a ton and we're having success doing so for a little bit. I mean, look at the first drive. It was like 18 plays and they passed the ball like 14 of those 18 plays. So I mean, if the Chiefs can, replicate what the Commanders were doing in the beginning of that game to the Eagles, like that's how I think that we really get to these overs with the pass attempts and the 50 plus in each quarter. All right, next one up for me. We're gonna jump to both teams to complete their first pass attempt. I'm gonna take no minus 110. This is a jitters play for me, right? What's the Super Bowl? Everyone's hummed up. Everyone's fucking raring to get going, right? I think that we see both these teams try a pass, and it's not going to be completed just because of the jitters. All right. I think Mahomes is the one that messes this up potentially, but I do think we see Hurts a little jumpy to start the game and does not complete that first pass. So really, I think it comes down to Mahomes, but both teams to complete their first pass, no, minus 110.
Both?
Both. But remember, all we need is one to not get there. The bet is for both to complete their first pass. So no. So I think it falls on Hurts to not do, because I think Mahomes is one that messes it up potentially with getting it. And then if Hurts, like if the Chiefs have the ball first and Mahomes goes out and completes the first pass, it can still hit because Jalen Hurts can then not complete the first pass. So I think
that's probably the only one you've said so far where I've just been a little.
You think they both complete it right out of the gate?
Not both, but I think Mahomes.
Well, then it wins. That's what I'm saying. Is the bet is both teams to complete their first pass. I said no.
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
Minus 110.
So either one can miss.
Correct.
Okay. All right. I was interpreting that a little differently. Any unders that you really like?
I mean, there's some players that I like Dallas Goedert's been bet up so much that I kind of want to take that under, but I don't really think I'm going to. But if someone were to ask me, I would say I would take the Goddard under at this point because it's been bet up pretty heavily.
Yeah, I don't have anything particular.
Mike Rob, based off Andrew's bets, I need to check my flower stash. Seems like he's got into it for sure with these wild thoughts. Hey, man, I come to you as a forward thinker. All right, Mike Rob, you're welcome.
So I got some touchdowns. I like the Jalen Hurts touchdown. If you're getting even money for that, for how consistent it has been,
I don't think it's even money anywhere, is it?
What's that?
Is it even money anywhere? I bet it like 3 days ago, and it was minus 105. I'm seeing it like minus 115 most places.
Yeah, I mean minus 110 is still what I consider even money. That's what I saw it at.
Yep. Yeah. So I also have that. By the way, Hurts anytime touchdown.
Yeah. So Hurts anytime touchdown again. The tush push, you get inside the 5, you get inside the 3. It's him or Saquon, right? There's really no rhyme or reason to throw it. If they do, my next pick would be Dallas Goedert. If there's not a rushing touchdown pick, because obviously we're, who's not giving out the Saquon touchdown? Maybe you just, buy in for 2 Saquon touchdowns. But I like Saquon, I like Hurts, and I like Goddard to score touchdowns here for the Eagles.
Not bad. Boo Eagles. No, but I do have that. Yeah, Hurts anytime touchdown. All right. Speaking of touchdowns, I will take Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. I got it at plus 150. I believe it right now. It's at plus 140 some places, plus 135. Again, all these bets, line shop, please. Just go line shop any books that you have available to you. We say this time and time again, but truly do so. Because Hunt, when I bet him at plus 150, there was only one book offering that. Everybody else was plus 130, plus 140. So yeah, Kareem Hunt, anytime touchdown, plus 150. Book it.
I don't hate that. I also just like digging into the bag for touchdowns with the Chiefs. Guys like Juju, DeAndre Hopkins. You don't have a ton of faith that Hopkins is going to do, have a ton of volume in the game. Still an elite veteran. And when you get down to that red zone, they're going to, like you're saying, team's going to be passing a lot. I'm in agreement with that. I think he could still come up with one in the red zone. So like Hopkins, like Juju, even some Noah Wiles Gray, have some. Give yourself a dip. Because again, they just spread the ball around. Like everybody gets their touch. Everybody gets their love. So I think when you're looking at Chiefs touchdown props, like, yeah, I mean, I see Jamie saying that the Kelsey 2 TDs. I think he's going to come back next year. If he does, you would think that he has like a huge game, but I don't think he has a huge game. I just think he has a pretty average game, and they win the Super Bowl, and he comes back next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think regardless if they win, they all come back again. I mean, why not try to go for 4? What's the point in getting 3 and then we don't want to try to do something again that no one has ever done?
Kelsey can start to player coach. He can take the transition.
All right. Next one up for your boy, Bruni. If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, who do you think the MVP is?
If the Eagles win the Super Bowl, it's Saquon Barkley.
Really? Interesting. Okay. I think because it's the first time that they're going to win it with Hurts, I think Hurts gets it. If the Chiefs win, who do you think gets it? Mahomes. That's right. So I took quarterback position to be the Super Bowl MVP. Doesn't matter which team it is, but the Super Bowl MVP is a quarterback. Minus 190. Now, if you think the Chiefs are going to win, you want to go bet Mahomes because it's plus money. I get that. If you think it's the Eagles win and you think it's Hurts, plus money. I get that. But I'm going to cover myself here because, again, spoiler alert, going to be betting on the Chiefs here to win. I'm going to take a little bit of a hedge here slightly because I do think if the Eagles win, I think it's Hurts. Honestly, I think they just give it to him. He's the QB, right? Like we see that a lot, especially for a first. Like if they would have won before and gave it to him, and now they win it again, I could see that being like a Barkley or an AJ Brown or something different. But I do think that they give it to Hurts if the Eagles win as well. So I'll take QB to be Super Bowl MVP minus 190.
Fair enough. I mean, the odds aren't amazing, but it makes sense. I feel like you would have gotten better odds because Barkley's presence. Because he is, if they do win, if he puts up the 2 tutties and, the type of yardage that they're talking about, seems like he would be the guy.
Man, also, I think it's Cooper DeJean's birthday as well, I believe. I am the KY. I don't know if that's Kai or if I'm the Kentucky. Like any defensive MVP options, Bond or Gardner, man, I really don't think
has been a monster.
Yeah, I don't really think we see a defensive player win MVP in this game. Again, if the Eagles win, I really do think it goes to Hurts. If the Chiefs win, I do think it's Mahomes or Kelsey, depending on how this game goes, maybe. But honestly, unless we see somebody get 3 sacks and a deflected pick or something, didn't Justin Tucker have 3 sacks in the game when the Giants won and he still didn't win it? I think it's a really hard path to get there. If you want to put a few shekels on a few of those guys, fine. But I really think that you're just kind of throwing money away. I think it's an offensive player's MVP this year.
Fair enough. I will throw out Chris Jones for an anytime sack, Karlaftis for an anytime sack. I'd be willing to bet those separately. Plus 120 for Chris Jones, plus 107 for Karlaftis.
If you want to take Nakobe Dean or something of that nature, sure.
Nah, no thanks.
No? Or no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean Nakobe Dean. I meant Nolan Smith. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Who will the Super Bowl MVP thank first?
Oh, it's going to be God.
God, minus 110. Teammates, plus 160. Family, plus 550. City and fans, plus 1,200. Coaches, plus 1,500. Team owner, plus 2,500. That would be dope. That would be tight. Not going to happen.
I think that's a lock on God if it's either one of the QBs.
What about the flea flicker?
Man,
boost for the yes, it's plus what is it? Plus 280 for a flea flicker.
I don't think we see a flea flicker.
The Lions aren't playing. If the Lions were playing, we'd be on it.
Okay. Next one up for me, and I bet this. I bet it every year. It has hit a ton in the last 20 Super Bowls. Shortest touchdown under 1.5 yards. I got it at minus 175. Shop around. Might be able to get a better number on that, but I've already bet that. So shortest TD under 1.5. That is a tush push. That's a Barkley 1 yard run. That's a Mahomes quarterback sneak. That's an Xavier Worthy end around on the 1 yard line. I mean, hell, Cooper Kupp hit this bet when the Rams beat the Bengals. He had a 1 yard touchdown catch. Like, there's multiple ways that you can get this. And I know I mentioned this on Wednesday's show a little bit, but yeah, shortest TD under 1.5 yards.
Yeah, we talked about that on Wednesday. Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. I'm all out of picks, so that's all I got, buddy.
Okay. I'll keep rolling along, and I'm sure we can probably dive into some other stuff here. But next one up to me, this is a game special. There's 2 of these. Okay, so game special. Both teams to score a touchdown in each half. So that's 1 touchdown from the Eagles, 1 touchdown from the Chiefs in both halves. Plus 110. I really like that. They only need to score 1 touchdown each. Okay, that feels like a good bet, right? Plus 110. I mean, come on. If you want to bet 2 touchdowns for each team in each half, that's 18.5 to 1. I like that as well. I mean, now that one's harder to get to because that's a total of 4 touchdowns, or a total of 8 touchdowns. I'm sorry. But yeah, 1 touchdown each half. I mean, come on. I like that a lot.
No, very doable. Very doable.
Right?
I would love a high scoring Super Bowl. That would be fun. That would be great. Could you imagine it's 21-21 and the lights go down at halftime for Kendrick Lamar? That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I'd like. My crop. I got Andrew to embarrass a family member -140 earlier this week.
We don't need the Department of Education.
Abolish it.
It's just starts backhanding people.
All right.
Slapping people's kids around.
Next one up for me here. Each team to score 1+ rushing and 1+ passing touchdown in each half. Okay. 1+ rushing and 1+ passing in each half. So that is a total of 8. Okay. 75 to 1. Again, I think it's an under game, but I also want to hedge my under a little bit with some of these cool props. So 75 to 1, each team to score 1 rushing and 1 passing touchdown in each half. Fun bet. 75 to 1. I mean, come on.
Come on. Are you living life?
Yeah, I mean, come on. Do you even bet if you're not betting something like that? Come on. The other one, so I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about this, and I'll pull it up over here. I'm going to pull up the thing. I want to see if we can find them here, though. Here, I'll pull up my screen. I want to talk about first receptions because there are some interesting
What about
ones.
first TD? Are we going Xavier Worthy?
Yeah, oh yeah, you want to do some first? You want to do some first TDs here? Touchdown scores. So first, Barkley's +420, Hurts +600, Kelsey +850, Kareem Hunt 10 to 1, Worthy 10 to 1. Let's scroll down the board here and get a little weird. What about Noah Gray 27 to 1?
I'd probably go Juju.
Juju? Okay, so Juju.
Yeah, I mean they're like same odds, but like I would go him over Gray because it is the Super Bowl, and I think Kelsey this is why you have 2 weeks off between the conference championship and the Super Bowl, is so that the stars can be 100%. So I think that Kelsey is absolutely knob gobbling all the snaps to open up this game. I would be, if we were betting a Noah Gray touchdown, I would go last.
Last TD. Okay, so that one is plus 22.
22.
Yeah, 22 to 1.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see like the defenses are both kind of interesting as well a little bit here. But yeah, I'd probably do like a Noah Gray, Mahomes 20 to 1. I mean, we see him run in the playoffs a lot, right? Do not mind that. If I'm going to take a chalk one though, I mean, the Barkley or the Hurts, it's hard to get away from either one of those if you want to put a larger bet on. But yeah, I do like the Noah Gray, the Juju, maybe a defense, maybe a D Hop, like one of these middle 27 to like 20 to 36 to 1 odds here, like one of those guys.
No, same thing. I mean, that's what I'm preaching really for the whole game, is try to find value in those downtrodden Chiefs receivers, because they're building in a ton of value for those guys.
Yes. Okay, I want to try to find first reception. Let's go to receiving props. Where the hell are the first receptions?
I do not bet this prop.
Here, fuck. Maybe that's DK. I saw it. Hold on, let me pull it up on my phone. I think it was a DK one. Any other ones that like any other bets that you want to highlight in here?
You can see Samaje Perine on the board here. He's been someone with a really low reception yards total, and it only takes like 1 or 2 catches for him, and he gets those. So if you're getting anywhere from like 5.5 to 7.5 reception yards for him, I would be willing to take the over there.
Okay. Sorry, I'm still trying to look this up here.
Okay. Jamie wants to know what we're eating for the Super Bowl. Typically, every year I make like my own my own home style hot wings, but I'm not making them this year because I'm sick as a dog. Maybe a roast, maybe a nice little roast.
Nice little roast.
Some orders.
Don't hate that. Trying to find, so on it was on DK, so I took a picture of it. Like Jahan Dotson was 30-1 to have the first reception of the game. Believe it or not, he has this like twice throughout the year. Interesting bet again.
Okay.
How do I find this? Why can I not find it now?
I don't know. I still think you're making the whole thing up.
I am not. Oh, also, if nobody has seen it yet, over on DK, you can bet fantasy points.
Myself,
yeah.
Oh no! Can you see that, guys? Can you see that? Andrew, zoom in. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I don't know why it won't like.
No one can see what you're trying to show them. It just shows 2 helmets.
Shut the fuck up.
You're not showing them anything.
It wasn't. It is. It's fantasy points.
Look at my phone.
You can do. I know it wasn't zooming in on it. Blow me. So if you haven't seen it yet, you can go over to DK Sportsbook, and Bruni and I, we cannot do pick'ems on underdog, so this is a way to do a pick'em over here. So they have like QB fantasy points here. Let's roll through a few of these because I'm going to be betting some of these. I'll ask you, Bruni. Quarterback fantasy points. They have Jalen Hurts set at 20.5. Do you like over or under 20.5?
Over.
Over. Okay, so that's minus 130. Mahomes is set at 19.5.
Over. Yeah.
Minus 130. Barkley, 21.5.
Push under. I don't know.
Push under. Okay, that's under is minus 105. Kareem Hunt, 10.5. Under minus 105. Travis Kelce, 14.5. Under. Okay, now it is PPR over here, by the way. It isn't half point.
That's okay.
Okay, so still under. I like the over there on the Kelce. I've been with you pretty much on everything else. AJ Brown, 13.5.
Under.
Okay, I like the over. Xavier Worthy, 13.5.
Over.
Okay. And Devontae Smith, 11.5. Over, yes. So just a fun way. And I believe you can, let me see if you can
parlay
any of these. Oh, you can't. Bastard.
This is an underdog.
God,
this isn't a site for the people.
Yeah, damn it, DK.
Sportsbook.
Brutal. But anyway, so fantasy points, that's also a fun way to go over and do that. There is some novelty props over here. I'm assuming that's what you were looking at earlier.
What do you think about, like, are you into like Gatorade?
No. Not really.
I'm gonna see if I can find any Drake Super Bowl props.
Oh, here we go. Here I found it's first of game is the category over on DK. First away team reception. Who do you think can have the first reception for the Chiefs?
Give me Hollywood. Give me Hollywood Brown.
Hollywood Brown is plus 475. First reception. I like personally going with some sort of either Worthy at plus 320 or going to like Juju plus 1200, something, something spicy like that a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Kareem Hunt is also plus 1200. That's interesting to me because if the Eagles start to blitz right away, we might see an easy dump down to Kareem Hunt. Let's head over to the Eagles. Who do you like for the Eagles?
Devontae Smith.
Okay, Devontae Smith plus 285. Goddard plus 280 is where I'd probably lay my money there. Dotson is 15-1 and this is just for the Eagles. Here's first reception for the entire game. So you said you like Marquise Brown. That is 10-1. I kind of like Worthy there. That's 7-1.
I would go Worthy.
Okay, so we're the 7-1 for just first in the game. AJ Brown plus 500, Devontae Smith plus 650. I like again Jahan Dotson 30-1. That's an interesting
Ooh,
one.
okay.
Kareem Hunt 25-1. Hopkins 20-1. Couple of these feel just
Yeah,
interesting to
no, I
me.
mean Hopkins is a good pick. I mean, it's just hard for me to pick and choose where Hopkins is gonna, have an active role because he's just not had it since, like I said, the return of Hollywood Brown.
Yep. I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to take one of my units and chop it up like 3 or 4 ways and pick a couple of these guys and see if I can't hit on a few, hit on one of these. But yeah, it's a fun way again.
What was the best odds?
Best as in like who has the lowest odds?
Yeah.
AJ Brown is plus 500.
Yeah,
Kelsey
so
plus
you can do
550.
I would just do quarter units there. Because you don't have to pick anybody with a half unit there. I would just do four quarter bets.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Like if you like Grant Calcaterra, just random
Woo!
45-1.
Woo!
So just throwing that out there. I think it's a pretty cool thing.
Okay.
What about first score of the game method? So this is a 3-way bet. It's either touchdown minus 180, field goal plus 145, or safety plus 40 or 40-1.
I'm going touchdown here. I think
Okay.
yeah. I'm going touchdown. I think that even early on, some of these teams might also try it on fourth down. Like they might just try to hold on to the ball, given the potency, especially of the Eagles offense. If I'm Andy Reid and the Chiefs, I want to keep that group on the sideline as long as possible. And then really a big reason why I like the Chiefs so much in this game is the way that they've really beaten teams is you take your opponent to deep water, and it's death by 1,000 strokes, just 5 yard out, 7 yard in, 5 yard out, just slice and dice, death by 1,000 cuts, strokes, whatever you want to call it. It's nothing too flashy until they need it. So I think that that's going to be a big part of this one. So what else you got?
What about first? So if you think it's a touchdown, do you think Chiefs score first or Eagles score first?
The odds say the Eagles, so I'll go the Chiefs. Fuck the books.
Okay, so Chiefs are plus 200, Eagles are plus 210 for first way of scoring is a touchdown. You can pick either team. Kind of feels cool as well, kind of like that. I was trying to think
What's
what else.
the actual game total? I'm not betting it, but I'm just curious.
Right now over on DK is 48.5. I've seen it like 49, 49.5. I mean, it's kind of all over a little bit, but generally around 48.5.
Yeah, first half we were seeing 23.5. We agreed that we like the under there, but I think I'd probably take the over 48.
I did see, and I've been looking around because I have laid a nice shekel on the Chiefs so far to win. But right now, the only place that has it as a pick 'em minus 110 either way is ESPN Bet. Everywhere else is -1 or -1.5 for the Chiefs. ESPN Bet has it's a pick 'em.
Okay. I think it should be a pick 'em, to be honest. I don't think there's any way to cut, like we're going to say the Eagles -3.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't give Mahomes 3 points in the Super Bowl.
No, I mean, yeah.
But God, likewise, you wouldn't give the Eagles the +3 either.
No, I mean that's more believable in my books, but
I think it is because we're also both on the Chiefs. But you look how well they've played. I mean, you look how dominant that offense has been. I don't think you can give either team 3 points in this one.
Yeah. I'm just checking on some of the chat. I know you answered this. We will be having wings, pulled pork, pasta salad. I mean, obviously tons of just, regular snackums, pickles. I make if you like pickles and horseradish, I take pickles, hollow it out and stuff it with horseradish. That'll put some hair on your chest.
I think Andrew's bringing the lemonade and everybody's going to be drinking that Raub lemonade.
That special sauce in it. Meg says Hurts and Saquon 2 TDs parlay is 34-1. It could all be rushing TDs for Philly.
Yeah, we've seen it. We've seen it before, and that's not a bad bet at all. What game did we see that in? Was it the DC game?
Well, yes. Barkley had 3. Yeah, I think so.
That or maybe it was their first game, maybe against the Packers.
I don't know. I've tried to erase that game out of my mind already.
Right,
All the sadness.
Fair enough.
Jamie says, did you know Eagles' overall record is 666 wins, 665 losses? One more loss gives them that magical number, the hierarchy triangle people love so much.
Oh, okay. All right.
Also says the AFC and NFC are both tied for Super Bowl wins 29-29. Taylor Swift will get the 30th AFC Super Bowl win for the three-peat. Remember the triangle, people. Always love that 3.
Is old girl getting a ring?
A Super Bowl one or a marriage one?
A marriage one. Is old boy getting down on one knee?
I doubt it, to be honest with
you. Yeah, probably not.
They don't. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I'm not betting any Swifty props, so I'll let that up to Ginder.
What about Drake?
No, negative.
What about Kendrick?
No, I'll be betting Super Bowl props.
I just want to say, I think that this will be a good game, but Kendrick Lamar is probably the person that wins the Super Bowl. Just saying.
And I'm on an island by myself, but I don't really like to watch the Super Bowl halftime shows like at all, ever.
What do you watch? You turn on like the Titty Bowl or something?
No, that's typically where I'll open up a stash of herbology and take care of what I need to do.
It's a long halftime show, buddy. Like, you can have that already ready to go. Like I get it. I know I know where your head's at. Got priorities, got things to do. You don't want to be rude. You're going to someone else's house. You're not just gonna right in the living room. Like, what the hell? Who is this guy? No, you got to go find your space, your comfort spot for your safety break. Light it up.
Yeah. I like
Bud Light versus Bud. I don't get it. Oh, Bud Light versus Bud. Got it. The Bud Bowl. Got it.
Also the Puppy Bowl. Yeah, I heard there's going to be a Saquon Barkley dog. Get it? Barkley. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. I'm just still surprised you're not watching the lingerie bowl at halftime.
No, again, I take care of other business at halftime. What about will there be overtime? Do we see overtime, Burn Dog? No. Okay. No. So are you laying the -3?
I'm not. No. I don't have that mattress king money.
Okay. Any other? Okay. So I will say this. I know I don't. Didn't really give out any real props. I do like Devontae Smith over. Like if you want to take him 60 plus 126, I think that he could.
I already gave that prop, Andrew. Get with the times.
I'm just saying what I like, Bruni. No. It's not all about you.
No.
Relax.
No.
Go back to coughing.
No.
We'll revisit you.
Go back to coughing. Go back to not dying.
I did say I do like the Patrick Mahomes over pass attempts. I do like that as well. I don't think we see anybody score 4 or 3 touchdowns personally. There is a couple 2, the Hurts Barkley, if you want to take that, not a problem. Mm-hmm. I do think we could potentially see like a Mahomes or like a Worthy 2+. Those are interesting. What's Mahomes at now? 47-1. Could happen. Just happened. Could happen.
I'm going to say no.
Just saying. And of course, Bruni, our official plays, I am on the Chiefs. And since it is a pick 'em over there, I will take just a straight up money line -110 for the Kansas City Chiefs. My official pick. Bruni, official pick?
My official pick?
Yes.
For the game winner?
Yes.
Oh, it's the Chiefs. We've been over this like 1,000 times.
Okay. I just wanted it to be put on the air. You saying it right into the camera.
Okay.
Bruni, do we want to put together a little parlay for the people?
How many Spotify positions will Kendrick move up? Over, under 5.5?
Oh, 5.5 over.
For
sure. Yeah.
How many wardrobe changes will Kendrick make? Over, under 1.5?
I think under. I think he only does it once.
Okay.
You're really diving deep on these ones. So I really don't ever do that stuff. It's not my thing. I did see, and I'll just share this because I put it in. I thought it was an interesting bet. And I cannot remember who shared it on Twitter. So this is not mine. I did not put this in. I put this in, but I did not create this. But I did find it to be interesting. If you believe that Saquon Barkley, gets going in the first half and Travis Kelce is a second half goer, as do I believe in this bet, which is why I put it in. Somebody on Twitter put Saquon Barkley over 24.5 first quarter rushing yards. Saquon Barkley over 25.5 second quarter rushing yards. Saquon Barkley, first half touchdown score. Travis Kelce, over 10.5 third quarter receiving yards. Travis Kelce, over 11.5 fourth quarter receiving yards. Travis Kelce, anytime second half touchdown score. That's 45-1. I like that. I think Barkley goes in the first. Kelce goes in the second.
That's a lot. That's a lot, but sure. Why not?
It's not bad. Don't hate it. Do not hate. Trying to look to see if I put anything else in. Here's one I put in. Jalen Hurts touchdown score. Barkley 2+. Mahomes 175 passing yards, 1+ passing touchdown. Kareem Hunt touchdown. Worthy touchdown. Patrick Mahomes rushing touchdown. That is 224-1. Not bad.
Getting after it. I mean, you could talk yourself into a lot of these little things here.
Sure. Of course. Yeah. I just like, little shekels here. I did do DeAndre. I mean, earlier I got DeAndre Hopkins' first touchdown score, a 33-1. I like that. I would put that in. AJ Brown, over 90 receiving yards, but under 4.5 receptions. That is 28-1. Put that in as well. As you can tell, Bruni, I've been diving deep and just putting in a bunch of different bets already. And then I have laid $225 on the Chiefs to win so far.
Okay. All in. Andrew is ready to lose some cash.
Thank you.
No, I want the Chiefs to win, but that's a lot, buddy. That's a lot, brother. Let them know. Son. For a show parlay, I mean, the picks that I would give are probably Hollywood and either Worthy or Devonta Smith yards, because I don't know if we're going to be able to put together like longest rush, longest completion. I would definitely be willing to put the Hurts TD in there as well. And then maybe Mahomes passing yards if you're up for it.
All right, I'm sorry. I was looking at the chat. Jamie said he put 200 Chiefs money line. Let's ride, Jamie. I'm sorry. What did you say that you want to do here?
So the picks that I'd be open to are Devonta Smith yards, Hollywood.
Hold on, one at a time. Did you see me click it yet? Relax,
Tonto. Wanted me to repeat what I said. So
all right, Smith. Gotcha. 10-4. What else?
Hollywood receptions. Again, this isn't like I'm saying put all of these in. I'm saying these are like what I would consider. So if you agree with him, I know that you agree with Smith.
Yeah.
Brown receptions, and then or Mahomes passing yards, Hurts anytime touchdown. Those would be the four that I would be willing to push into the center of the table here.
Okay, so I do like the Hurts one. I do like the Devonta Smith one. And you said after I don't like the Brown receptions. If anything, I'd rather take his yards personally. So I don't want to do both of those. What was the other one that you had mentioned?
Patrick Mahomes passing yards.
So is that 250.5? Maybe we alt that to like 225.
Yep, that's perfect.
Okay, so we're at 365. Let's throw another touchdown scorer in here. Anyone else that we both like? Like, do you like Hunt, Worthy?
I like Goddard. I mean, it's the Chiefs at the end of the day. Maybe Goddard doesn't have huge numbers, but scoring in the red zone, they love to let tight ends score. So on the Eagles side, my touchdowns would be Goddard, Hurts, Barkley. On the Chiefs side, it would be Hunt, Worthy, and still probably Kelce, but I prefer like a deep shot, like a Hopkins or a Juju.
Yep.
But I don't want Hopkins or Juju in this.
So let's go Worthy. Yeah, I don't mind that. I like one from either side. So we got Worthy and we got Hurts. Do you like? I'm assuming we can't parlay any of these other like cool ones that I like.
Like if we could get Hurts longest rush in there, I would be down for that. I still think that one's pretty live. 11.5.
We can. Oh no, negative.
Yeah, lame.
Is
Andrew a Swiftie? He says no, but his picks and his red bedazzled handbag say different.
I am definitely not a Swiftie.
I could have swore that was a comment from Ginder. It's like these guys in the chat are getting all simpatico over here.
I would trade a Chiefs Super Bowl win for Taylor Swift leaving the United States of America and never being heard from again.
It's pretty intense.
That's how much of a non-Swiftie I am. So just so he knows.
It's pretty intense.
Just want to lay that out there for everybody. Can we do any first? Like, can I throw this in here? Oh yeah, you can. So you can do like first quarter stuff here. You don't like the? Do you not like the Barkley angle?
Like if you wanted to do like a first quarter like parlay, I would be into that. But like I don't want to throw in like a first quarter prop into this mix.
Okay, all right. Well, we're only at 9-1. That's weak sauce.
9-1's pretty good, brother.
Brother,
Put the Chiefs in there. Put the Chiefs in there, just to win.
You want to add that to the parlay? I mean, what do you?
We're both in on it. I mean, unless the chat wants to start speaking up.
Well, that's only 16-1. Can we add the coin toss result in here? Oh my God, you can. That's so funny.
You want to go completely uncut gems on this thing. It's over. It's over. They flip the coin and the parlay is over.
Yeah, how exciting is that, right? You hit it and you're like, oh my God, the parlay's alive, baby. It's alive and well.
Yeah, I know. That's when Adam Sandler goes, I just came. Not really, but 9-1 maybe gets you half a dozen eggs now. Andrew has like his own farm. He doesn't worry about that. He also makes his own insulin. He's fine. These like worldly things that are being affected, they don't affect Andrew. Okay.
They do not. Zero affection on me.
Eggs. I don't need fucking eggs.
I mean, damn man, like how else are we gonna bump this up here? Like 9-1, so weak. I mean, we can like alt some of this stuff. Like if you want to take like Barkley alt rushing yards instead of taking all the way up to a hundo, like do like 70 or 80.
370, my God.
I know, it's not wild.
No, and don't put that in there.
Yeah, look at that 9-13.
Let's get like some even money picks in there, like some like just throw the Hollywood receptions in there. He can get 4.
Can he?
Can he? Who's getting 4 catches for?
I don't know. Hold on.
Let's see. Chiefs. Who's getting 4 catches for the Chiefs?
I mean Kelsey.
All right, so then put Kelsey catches in there.
Yeah, but you said even. Hold on. Let me. I want to go to their game log here. So I want to see what Marquise Brown has done. All right, here. Marquise Brown game log. All right, so let's see. Last game against Bills, 3 receptions. The game against Houston, 0 receptions. The game against Pittsburgh, 4 receptions. Houston, the game before that, 5. So he's hit 4 once, 5 once, and then yeah. So the over 3.5, he's hit it twice. None in the playoffs.
Then don't do it. But I like it.
You would. What about do you like Saquon's receiving yards at 14.5?
Yeah, you know I do.
I mean,
I do.
Chiefs blitz a lot, right? Like kind of talk yourself into that a little bit. What about old Hopkins, 11.5?
And with that too.
Or
Samaje at 7.5.
Juju 15.5?
No.
Okay. No Gray 11.5.
That's all he's getting.
No Gray 11.5. No. Okay. So you like Hopkins more than you like Juju.
Yes.
Heard.
What odds do we need to be at? Go throw another touchdown in here. My goodness.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I mean, I don't know, man. 18-1 again. Just so weak, man. This is Super Bowl.
Oh my Lord!
The fucking Super Bowl, Bruni.
Devontae Smith.
That would be interesting.
No, that's too weak. Put him for the first touchdown.
First touchdown. Holy shit. No, negative.
Oh, come on, Andrew. It's the Super Bowl.
Listen, I talked you off of Mark Andrews' touchdown once, and you didn't believe me. So let's simmer down.
Was it a first touchdown?
I don't remember if we did first or if it was any, but you were trying to push me on that.
Do
you? Okay, so we have 2 for the Eagles. Let's do 2 for the Chiefs. Worthy, we have. Do you want Hunt? Mahomes?
Hunt.
105-1.
Does this satisfy you?
This satisfies me. Yes, 105-1 satisfied.
That's right.
So that means Devontae Smith over 52.5 receiving yards. Hurts touchdown. Mahomes, 225 passing yards. Xavier Worthy, touchdown. Barkley, over 14.5 receiving yards. Devontae Smith, touchdown. Kareem Hunt, touchdown.
Okay. I don't know why we don't put the over in here as well.
We could do an alt over. I mean, they could all score and still not be over.
That would be very difficult.
Hey, that could happen.
Jamie, stop. This man is ridiculous right now.
So what's that? So that's 28. So what if does this take it up to anything? No, it does not. Does this do anything? No, it does not. Does this do anything? No. Why is none of this changing it?
Because of the total score.
See,
because I told you all those touchdowns.
We're not doing it.
All right, fine. Don't do it.
So Tim will win us $1,054. He says no Kelsey TD. Uh-oh. Do we do a Kelsey TD instead of Worthy? Or instead of Hunt?
I think Worthy we were getting better odds.
Yes. So
just leave it.
Just leave it.
Or just beat it. Whatever you got to do.
If we did, I mean that's a whole lot. But if we had that in, holy hell, 202-1. Oh boy. Nope.
Okay.
That'll be the one that kills us. Can't do it.
Oh, that's gonna be the one that kills us. Thank God we've got this lock here. This lock stock ticket here.
They don't call it a long shot parlay for nothing, Broom Dog. All right. So that'll take us to that. Anything else? Chat, any questions for us on the old Super Bowl? You got us one more time. Degen Dads about to go to hibernation for quite some time. Anything else you have for us before we send it on out and send everyone on their merry way for one more day without NFL football and then one more time of NFL football?
Looks like nada.
Nothing.
We're going to be here next Wednesday.
Everyone's satisfied. Jamie said he'll miss us. Jamie, and we will miss
We'll be drafting teams next Wednesday, brother.
We will. Just no more Degen Dads until later on in this year.
Yes, sir.
But maybe we pop back up for a futures podcast here. We'll talk about some NFL futures in the near future. Maybe some Super Bowl or some MVP, some Super Bowl odds, different stuff like that. Do some divisional winner parlays as well. Do like that. So, Bruni, our Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not betting 200 on the Chiefs, but, pulling for you guys.
I said I bet 225 so far.
Oh, sorry. Jamie said 200. My bad, dog. My bad, dog.
I'm so far. That number may climb come Sunday.
All right. Fair enough. We are going to head out. Appreciate everybody that rode with us this episode and, more importantly, all season long. A lot of winners over here. We will be back. Like Andrew said, we will go into a little bit of a hibernation, but look out for those types of futures, season-long player props. The Degen Dads are always around the corner, and we got your back with the big board drafts, best ball streets, etc. Keep checking back on the Fanspeak Network here on YouTube. We're still going to be with you guys every week until we kick off the next NFL season. But have a good weekend. Have a fun Super Bowl. Take care. Be well. Be good. But if you can't be good at it. We'll see you guys.
What do you say about those Chiefs?